So, a shortcoming of mine was not ghosting my lines enough. And when I say ghosting, the whole idea is to like basically plot a line or like to draw without drawing or like practice drawing because every line you draw is going to be unique. It really helps to try to get in the flow of the line you're about to draw before you draw it by kind of taking your pen or pencil, placing it like right here, um, having an end line, like an end line goal in mind, and what you do is you kind of like go over it without drawing until you feel confident that you can hit it at the other end, and then you just draw it. I learned that from the Drawbox course, but I believe I'm not 100% sure, but it may have come from a book called How to Draw by Scott Robertson. I think that that's what it's from originally, but I just wanted to like tell you that like where I think it's from. Uh, Ghosting, like you could do it, like you can do it for straight lines. You could also do it for curved lines or even uh, shapes if you wanted to. I was thinking of like maybe like there's the ghost in my uh, banner up there, and I was thinking of like trying it. But like yeah, you could ghost anything. I mean, to be 100% honest, I feel like whenever I try to think of drawing, whenever I plan to draw an ellipse, I do a lot of ghosting with that. That kind of stuck with me. But I feel like when it comes to a lot of my lines, and I totally did this wrong. It's a lot different than what it is. But I feel like when it comes to my ellipses, I have a good habit of ghosting my lines. But when it comes to anything else, I feel like I'm really bad at it. I just don't do it enough as much as I should. And I think the downside to that is I will more often than not end up just doing Control Z, which maybe I'm relying on it as a crutch, which can be a major uh, downside to it. Like, I really do need to ghost my lines more. I guess that's the benefit of working on pencil or pen with paper and not working digitally, in which you're pretty much forced to you're forced to well, you're not forced, but I mean you're gonna go through a lot of paper unless you ghost to practice. But it's really hard because I'm also I'm drawing in pixels here, so I've always felt like I felt like it's a lot harder to draw on a tablet than it is with a pencil. I don't know why. Like I feel like I kind of gotten used to it because I've been doing it for maybe about a couple years or so, and I've fallen into the flow of it, so it's not too big of a headache for me. But yeah, ghosting your lines never hurts, and it really helps you get into the flow of drawing something or a line that you may not have ever have drawn before. Because I feel like when it comes to getting good at stuff, you only really get good at what you do every day. I mean, I'm not saying you have to draw every type of line every single day, but if if you find one of my older videos, I kind of talk about like my morning practice routine in which I do a bunch of exercises to try to warm up. And I've realized that that helps me get into the flow before I really start drawing for the day. And but the downside to that is it only lasts so long. Like probably once 9 p.m. hits, I eventually get like fatigued, and I kind of lose my ability to draw at peak performance. Like I've seen a lot of my ability go down entirely just from that, which is really disappointing. The other thing about ghosting lines is maybe I'm not doing it enough justice because I want to say the way I learned was to you can like plot little dots for the course of action that you want to draw, but the whole idea was to draw another line to pretty much make the dots disappear. I feel like it's really debatable whether you have to use dots or not. I think when it comes to drawing and organic things, it helps greatly. But I feel like when it comes to organic stuff, it doesn't really help so much. But you should always ghost no matter what, whether you're using plotting dots or not. But I just wanted to like share that with you, because I don't know, I feel like when it comes to organics, trying to get a gestural flow for it is a lot better use of my time than trying to plot out, like take an S-curve, for example. Trying to plot on an S-curve, you can do that. Nothing's stopping you. I should have ghosted that more. See, I'm not in the habit, and I need to be. And the whole idea is when you're ghosting, you want your pencil to hit like every dot. Like, you don't want to be close to it, you want it to hit every dot along the way. The other thing is, I feel like if you're not doing digital, you have the benefit of more control, in my opinion. So, I'm not using any stabilizers. Like, that's another trick. Like, some people, if they are using digital, then maybe using a stabilizer, which can hide your mistakes. But a big thing that I've been doing, I mean, I have been for as long as I've been drawing digitally, is I turn off all of my stabilizers, because I feel like, one, it doesn't give an accurate description of the lines that I draw, like my actual skill. I'm not saying don't use stabilizers, but if you're trying to like actually learn and get feedback on your current skill level, I think stuff like that can kind of cover up mistakes that you may need to be working on. So yeah, I'm plotting out a box, and I'm gonna ghost it. I put vanishing points. I may have to make another video about kind of like why you may not always use vanishing points. I mean, they'll always be there, and they're important to keep in mind, but I feel like not everything you'll see with clear vanishing points. So yeah, I have to say, like, in a lot of videos, even though this is a little bit curved, which I didn't mean to do that, I'm kind of drawing at a weird angle too, which I probably shouldn't be. But I feel like when I've ghosted all of my lines, I feel like I did it a lot better. It's just going to prove my point that I did not focus enough with this. Man, I could really just draw the entire... I feel like I can... I feel like I have the power to draw the entire night now. I don't know why. Like, I am exhausted, but I feel like I can just do this for hours on end. I don't know why, which is really weird. That's the other benefit that I want to tell you. The more you ghost, the more confidence you get over time. Even though you may make mistakes here and there, you eventually do get into the flow state, which I do have to say, not to touch on a different topic when I'm making one video here, but it took years for me to get into the flow state with it, and it's kind of like being in a state in which you can operate comfortably drawing. I'm not saying always be comfortable in your drawing, because you always want to be learning new stuff, but from my experience, you always want to really be trying to, you know, have fun with it. Like, you don't want it to be painful. Like, you know, I feel like you're operating a different part of yourself when you draw, and it all I have to say is it doesn't feel as painful to me. I mean, maybe that's not the best word, but I mean, like, it just kind of feels good, and I feel like it's something that I can do all day. I wish I could do it all day if I didn't have a day job. I mean, I'm grateful to have a job. But yeah, ghosting, something I really need to do a lot more of, and I'm trying to plot a lot of this stuff towards like a vanishing point, because like all of these lines, you want to be heading them towards the vanishing point. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, I should have ghosted. See, it's like you have to, when you haven't ghosted, when you're not in the habit for it, you're not going to do it. Like, I don't think I could draw a circle or an ellipse without ghosting. But it's all about that habit. The more you do it, the more it will become second nature, and the more you won't have to think about it. And I guess that's my one big flaw, not ghosting my lines enough. When I know it really helps everything I do. It's just such a big pain. Like, I wish I'd been doing it since the get-go. I mean, I have been, but I don't know why. I'll have to incorporate it into my daily warm-up routine, because I think I kind of eliminated it in my warm-up routine, and I think if I ghost more in my warm-up routine, it'll get me into the habit of doing it more. I'm gonna have to like write a sticky note and like put it to the side of my computer to say, ghost all of your freaking lines. But yeah, being in the habit. It's a difficult thing to do. But okay, thanks for listening. I just wanted to draw one box. You know what, maybe... Nah, I'll keep it to this. I could... I'll draw through it. No, you know, I don't want to waste any more of your time. So thank you for listening. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. If you have a question, please ask in the comments. Thank you for listening. Bye.